Top of the key. There's the lob and another dunk to Michael Thompson. Somebody must have told Michael he's on TV today.
Goes for dunk number 2. He hammers this one down.
Still loose again, picked up off the floor by Ryan Curry. Oh, behind the back, it goes in for the layup. I think there was a message being sent there with that one.
Pillen Heights takes a 3-point lead. 29-26 off the Dunham three-pointer. You're watching 9-Star TV.
It's a nice lob inside for the dunk for Michael Thompson. That'll bring the student section to their feet.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Shenandoah High School for the second game of our twin bill tonight. We have the Shenandoah Raiders against the Knightstown Panthers in what looks to be a pretty good matchup. I know Shenandoah is coming in at 13-0. They're ranked second in 2A, and Knightstown is 6-5. But the thing that most people are going to be remembering is that January 9th, Shenandoah beat Knightstown in the county tournament 61-60. I hope and I think we will have as good a game tonight for you here.
Yeah, I'd expect another good game. I mean, you got two teams, county teams, rivalry games coming in. You got Mason Griggs leads, one of the leaders from Shenandoah, 6'1" junior, and his brother, Gavin Griggs, the leading scorer, is a 6'3" junior, leading the Shenandoah Raiders. Knightstown's led in scoring by Drake Peggs at 12.8. I'm sorry, they're actually led in scoring by Jackson Edwards at 20.1, the 6'1" senior, and then Drake Peggs kind of leads the way in the floor leader at 5'8", senior averaging 12 points a game. So I expect a good game here. As you can see, the crowd's really filled in. We expect to have a good game. I think it'll be an emotional game. You got two schools that are fairly close in proximity, fairly close inside. And like you said, they played to a one-point game in the county tournament. So the rematch, you know, it's kind of like who's the advantage go to.
Right.
As the lights go out here.
Yes, it looks like 13-0 gets you special effects and special lighting and blow out the budget Alan Parsons project here. But it's great. I mean, that's what adds to high school basketball in Indiana. It's what people come out for. And a special season like Shenandoah is having as they're going through their lineups right now doesn't come around every day, does it?
No, and I think, you know, this is something these kids will remember for the rest of their lives. You know, your senior year, your senior athletic event, you always remember. As you can see, Shenandoah side almost, I mean, there's empty spots, but there's quite a few people here to see these teams come out and support. It's great that these communities are getting involved and bringing out and supporting the schools. And I mean, it's a very fun time for the whole community. It gives everybody something they can root for. So it's wonderful that Shenandoah's making a run. Now, Knightstown, I mean, they're not, just because Shenandoah is 13-0, ranked second in 2A. Knightstown's from the area. Probably a lot of these kids know each other. Probably played against each other, maybe even played with each other as they've grown up. So it'll be interesting to see how this game progresses, whether at the start and who comes out and try, with the intensity level picks up as it goes on, or it's, very good from the get-go. As you talked about, on January 9th, it's a one-point game. So, I expect another good one. We'll buckle up, hold on, and hopefully we'll have a great game and see where this one takes us.
Some technical difficulties with the stadium PA there on the announcements, but Knightstown, we're going to go with Peggs, Edwards, Heiner, Rubel, and Wyatt. And Shenandoah is going to hit the floor with Kinsey, Kronk, Griggs, and Rudy. Getting ready for the tip here. Everybody is into it, excited. We've got the lights back on.
It'll be interesting to see how this game starts off and who can jump out and dictate pace and their will right off the bat. The referee didn't quite get it up there high enough there. Both of them guys jumped and swatted at it about head high.
The referee's just trying to get out of the way there. He knows he could be collateral damage pretty easily. And quickly off the tip, scoring is Kronk for Shenandoah.
Shenandoah jumps out early at 2 points. And looks like they're going to line up in this 2-3 zone. It'll be interesting to see how Knightstown tries to attack.
Shot by Edwards is off the mark, controlled by Kinsey. Kinsey brings it down quickly to Rudy.
Good call there. It's Rudy double dribble. I think if Rudy would have went directly to the basket as soon as he caught the ball, he had a slight opening, but he hesitated and allowed Knightstown to get back.
So with a quick turnaround from just playing on January 9th to today, what does that favor one team, or?
Well, I think when it's a close game like that, both teams probably have something that they know they can go work on and something they're trying to improve here.
Foul is on Griggs, his team first. As Wyatt goes to the line. And the first one's good. Wyatt's going to have one more here. And the second one is good. We're tied up here early, minute into the game.
Looks like Knightstown's coming out in the 2-2-1, some kind of pressure. See how much they trap early, or they're just kind of trying to slow down the pace.
Shot by Griggs, missed the first one, but stayed with it and was rewarded with 2 points.
Yeah, Gavin Griggs did a good job attacking off the press.
Three ball on the way by Peggs, controlled by Knightstown on the rebound. Another three on the way by number 15, Heiner, who drills it.
Yeah, Wyatt did a good job keeping that ball alive and was able to kick out and find Heiner for an open three.
Shenandoah into their half-court set. Kronk with the ball, hands it off to Kinsey, who's at the mid-court, top of the key sort of area.
Looks like they're trying to determine what kind of defense Knightstown's in. It looks like Knightstown playing somewhat of a matchup maybe. It's not like a high-pressure man-to-man that
And Kinsey just decides to solve it himself with a little dribble drive shot there at the elbow.
He's able to get into the middle.
Peggs with the ball up top. Rubel down low on the baseline, kicks it into Edwards. Edwards with the two.
Edwards.
Jackson Edwards.
Knightstown with the early 1 point lead here. 2.5 minutes in. Kinsey with the ball. Dribbles in, hands off, back to Kinsey. Back to the top of the key to Griggs. And pass is just out of the reach of Gavin Griggs. Number 23 into the game, Myers for the Raiders. Replaces Mason Griggs. Shot rattles around, controlled by Knightstown. Being brought up the floor by Edwards. Looks for pegs in the corner. Three is off, controlled by Shenandoah.
Shenandoah post up, and now they're going to settle into.
Rudy with the shot. Out of bounds turnover. With Stairs coming into the game for the Raiders, replacing Stiers, replacing Rudy.
Both teams coming out attack fairly quickly. I think both teams need to settle down just a little bit and get the shot that they want, not what the defense dictates to them.
Edwards with the ball, top of the key, passes down low. Rubel drains the three for the Panthers, and they're up 10-6.
I think it's important for Knightstown to get off to a good start here. You know, you're playing on the road, and you're playing against the number 2 team in the state. So getting off to a good start gives your confidence, builds your confidence. The longer this game stays close, I think the more confident Knightstown will be.
Kinsey drains the three. And we're back to a 1-point game. Answered with a three of their own there. As Edwards goes baseline and scores for the Panthers.
Edwards just went to the hole twice hard and is able to get a bucket both times. Now it looks like Knightstown's dropping into that 2-2-3. It'll be interesting to see how the Raiders attack.
Kronk with the ball, passes it in. Stiers. Oh, big block there by Edwards on Kinsey. Didn't control it, went out of bounds, so it's going to remain with the Raiders.
Nice recovery here by Edwards as he gets up on that baseline jump shot.
And the three ball, drained by Dylan Kronk. And quickly, Knightstown with an answer.
Knightstown's attacking that press quickly and attacking the basket once they bring it across the half court.
Ball squirts out, controlled by Knightstown on the floor. Gives it up to Heiner. Edwards in the lane, gives off to Peggs, and a turnover. Quickly, the Raiders come up and turns the ball over the other way. And another turnover.
A little helter-skelter right here. I think
Shenandoah coach is imploring his team to slow down.
Slow down here. Let's get a good one time. 14-12 with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. It's be interesting to see how both teams try to close here in the first.
Kinsey with the ball, top of the key. Sets up the offense. Raiders in motion over to Dylan Kronk. Dylan Kronk looks inside. Stairs. With a shot that's off, controlled by the Panthers. Edwards brings the ball slowly across half court. Waiting for instructions from his coach. And a foul on number 40. Shenandoah.
That'd be Stiers.
Stiers, his first, team second.
As we talked about in the game earlier tonight with the girls, I mean, getting the ball, when the teams play that zone, getting the ball right there at that free throw line with somebody who can make a play is very important.
Widener sees his first action into the game for the Panthers. As Edwards has the ball, enters it into Peggs. Peggs off to Rubel, who drains the three.
That's great offense right there. As Peggs gets the ball right at the free throw line like we talked earlier, turns, defense collapse, he's able to kick out for a wide open three.
Knightstown on the road here at Shenandoah up 5. As Shenandoah works for their offensive set. Gets it inside. Quick dribble, but broken up by Knightstown.
Knightstown's getting their hands on quite a few passes, being really active with their hands. If you're going to play that zone, you have to get active with those hands.
50 seconds to go in what has seemingly been a pretty quick first quarter. Shot by Kinsey off the mark. Rebounded by Stars to push up the shot.
Foul on Knightstown, number 15, Dylan Heiner.
Foul is on Heiner, his first, team first. That will send Shenandoah to the line, trailing by 5. With just under 45 seconds left to go in the game. First one is good. As Wyatt comes back into the game for the Panthers, replacing Rubel. Rubel just hit the big 3 down at the other end.
Well, right here at the end of the first quarter, you get a chance to give some people some breaks, get extra time at the end of the quarter. 40 seconds would be interesting to see if Knightstown goes for 1 here, tries to hold for 1, or they go early. It looks like they're going to hold for 1, I think.
Edwards with the ball, kicks it over to Heiner. Heiner replaces him top of the key to number 4, Peggs. Peggs takes 1 dribble, passes it back to Heiner. 18 seconds left. Pace is quickening. Number 4, Peggs with a shot in the bank.
You saw, I thought they were going to go for 1 shot, but as Shenandoah came out and started chasing, they saw an opportunity.
With a steal quickly by...
That's offensive.
Travel. Going to call the travel on Widener, who stole the ball. Gives an opportunity to get Rudy back into the game for Shenandoah. And Shenandoah is going to have about 3 seconds here to try to make something happen in the final 2.6 seconds. Looks like Panthers are going to put somebody on the inbounds here, make it a little more difficult. Kinsey with the shot off the rim. And after 1, Knightstown 19, Shenandoah Raiders 13. We'll be back in just a minute for the second quarter.
Taking care of a family member can lead to plenty of questions. Fortunately, there's a place to get the answers, for them and for you. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
And we're back here in Shenandoah, where we're just about ready to start the second quarter, where the Panthers are leading the host Raiders by 6. Your thoughts on that first quarter, Ryan?
I thought both teams played very well. It looks like Knightstown was able to come out, handle Shenandoah's pressure, move the ball up. They really attacked on the press and off their missed shots. They were able to get along that baseline a little bit and kick from the baseline into the middle, or go into the middle initially and then kick to the open three-point shooters or back down along the baseline.
Knightstown with the ball. Edwards brings it into the front court. Hands off to Peggs. Dribble with the ball. Edwards with the shot, and he drains it. And suddenly we're looking at a 7-point lead for the Panthers early in the second quarter.
Yeah, it looks like Knightstown's going to continue to penetrate with Edwards and Peggs. They're able to get in. Rubel's had a chance. He's knocked down a couple open ones, so that's another person Shenandoah's got to get out to.
Shot by Kinsey, rebounded by Rudy, I believe.
Yeah, Rudy was able to get the stick back there.
Edwards setting up the offense. Trying to use a pick there. Sides against it and shuffles his feet as he's trying to decide kind of what to do.
It looked like he's just a little hesitant there before he put the ball on the floor. He dribbled it out. Yeah, now you got Shenandoah's got a chance. If you can get another hoop here, you got it back to 4, possibly 3, with just started the second quarter. So kind of like the girls' games earlier, where Knightstown jumped ahead, and then the start of the second quarter, Shenandoah come roaring back to tie it up at halftime where we had a 1-point game.
Kinsey brings it into the front court. Dribbles, passes it into Griggs. Turns around with the bucket.
That time Shenandoah was able to penetrate that zone with the pass and get a good look.
Edwards with the shot on the other end. I'm sorry, Jackson.
So now Shenandoah slowed it down a little bit. They look like they're going to try to run a set.
Rudy with the ball, top of the key, looking for some action down low. Griggs cuts.
They were able to get Griggs on the move there as Wyatt was caught behind him. Griggs made a nice move and was able to lay it in with the left.
Errant pass picked up by Kinsey, who dribbles the length of the floor with a little move, misses the bunny. Out quickly to Knightstown. Fake up, and they miss their own bunny.
Both teams there blowing layup chances. I thought both guys should have went more strong to the basket instead of waiting on the defense. Both of them kind
Trying
of
to draw a little contact possibly. Kinsey with the ball, passes off to Mason Griggs. Dribbles down the top of the lane.
I think they got Pegs there as he kind of got caught, didn't know whether to step in and try to take the charge. Got his hands out and got called whistle for the foul.
Pegs first, his first, team second. Kinsey with the ball, looking to set up the offense. Passes over to Myers. Myers top of the key to Gavin Griggs, who dribbles in and gets 2 points.
Gavin Griggs has got a couple buckets here. Draws Shenandoah within 2. With about 5 minutes to go.
Pegs with the 3 ball. Hits it from the corner pocket. Shenandoah coach not happy about that and calls the quick timeout.
Well, I think what Coach McCullough there is a little upset about it is he was trying to switch defense. They were trying to get in a 2-3. It wasn't communicated. Everybody wasn't quite on the same page there. And as the ball came off the floor, they were able to make 2 quick passes on the ball reversal and got a wide open 3 in the corner for Pegs, who, you know, your second leading scorer in Knightstown. You know, if you're going to get to 2 guys on Knightstown, you got to get to Pegs and Edwards.
So at the timeout here, we've got the visiting Panthers up by 5 with about 4:44 to go in the second quarter here. And what's been a good game as advertised. This is kind of the game we thought we'd get.
We thought we'd get. We thought it'd be close throughout. And I mean, right now, you know, you're only talking a 5-point game. So with 4 minutes, it'd be interesting. I think it's critical that Shenandoah keeps it here or closes in the last 4 minutes here of the first half.
Kinsey with the ball, works it over to Kronk. Back to Kinsey. Over to Myers. And Dylan Kronk wants to go on baseline for 2 points. Edwards with the ball, directing traffic. Nice move, gets a look inside. commits the foul. That's on Edwards, his first, team third.
See Edwards go up here. He gets the shot up, goes and chases the rebound down, and you see that so often when somebody misses a shot. You get a little frustrated, go a little harder after the rebound than they really need to.
Mason Griggs with the ball. Dumps it inside, foul.
I believe that foul's on Widener, his first for Knightstown.
Ball's kicked in. Kinsey with the ball. Passes it over to Griggs. Griggs takes a couple dribble, go down, kick. 3 ball on the way, and it's good by Myers.
Nice shot by Myers. Good penetration and kick. Got a wide open 3.
We got a tie game here. Edwards baseline move for an easy 2.
Edwards starting to heat up along that baseline. I mean, they have to get that baseline shut off. You can't let somebody beat you on the baseline in that zone. It just opens way too many things up.
Oh. Ball thrown inside. We got a foul though before the shot. Fouls on Rubel, his first, team 5th. Kronk into the game for the Raiders, and Wyatt back into the game for the Panthers, replacing Griggs and Heiner. Myers triggers the ball inside, back up quickly to Kinsey at the top. Looks to get some orders from his coach there and what they're going to run. Knightstown leading by 2 over Shenandoah. Shot up, missed by Rudy, cleared by the Panthers. Edwards brings it down, looks for his shot. Off the mark, but rebounded by 33, but we got a foul here.
31, Mike.
Foul on Gavin Griggs, his first, team 3rd.
There's only been 8 fouls called here in the first half, so neither team has any short.
Edwards with a nice no-look pass, but the problem was his player wasn't quite in bounds yet.
Yeah, on Rubel there, he got caught watching Edwards a little bit and didn't jump in bounds. He threw it back to him. It was close, but I think he hadn't quite established himself in the quarter play.
Kinsey over to Kronk, back to Kinsey. Oh, and Rudy with a pass out of bounds. Give it back to the Panthers as we have Stiers coming in for Shenandoah and Heiner back into the game for the Panthers. Got 2:08 left in the quarter. Panthers with the ball, up 2. Pegs with the ball, top of the key. Looks off Edwards, passes it up to Heiner. Heiner goes down the lane, throws up a shot. Off the rim, finally controlled by Griggs. Myers backs it out, gets it to Kinsey. Kinsey over to Stiers. Another errant pass tracked down by Edwards with, oh, he misses the easy layup. Edwards quickly down the court, takes the ball in, draws the foul.
Edwards comes down here. He just missed the layup, so this time he's determined to go strong, draws the contact, gets it up on the glass, doesn't quite get to fall, but he's going to have 2 shots here with a minute 13, get a chance to put his team up by 4 as we get forward to halftime.
Fouls on Stiers, his second, team fourth. Griggs back into the game, replacing Stiers.
Stiers has 2, so I think it's a good time to get him out of the game here. You don't want to get anybody to pick up a cheap one in the last minute.
Free throws off, controlled by the Raiders. Kinsey bringing the ball slowly up court. Across half court. Myers to Kronk. Inside to Griggs. Gavin Griggs with the 2 points. Knightstown with 42 seconds here. Do you think they're going to play for one, or?
I think it depends on what kind of shot they can get. As they got it inside. A whistle and a foul. As you can see, some of the fans don't quite agree with that call.
Fouls on Mason Griggs, his second, team fifth. And that's going to send Wyatt to the line. First one's good to give the Panthers a 2-point lead as Rudy checks back into the game for the Raiders. Wyatt will get one more shot here at the free throw line.
Once again, Mason Griggs picked up his second. They take him out of the game here at the first half.
And the second's good for a 3-point lead for the Panthers, 35 seconds left. Kinsey brings the ball up, hands off to Myers. Looks like they're content to play for one.
They look like they're content to play for one here. You got about 30 seconds to go. You're in a 3-point game. And I remember the first game tonight we had a 3 at the horn.
See if we can be as lucky here again. Yeah. And maybe have a tie game going into the half. Myers starts to create some motion with 6 seconds left. Passes it off to Kinsey. There's a scrum for the ball. Picked up by Knightstown, who throws it the length of the court, goes out of bounds, and that's the half, boys.
Very good first half by both teams. I think both teams will try to make a few adjustments. I think Knightstown, it seems like to me, you got Edwards is really taking the ball off the dribble a lot. Shenandoah has to find a way to contain him off the dribble because he's penetrating. And on Shenandoah's side, Gavin Griggs has been able to get the ball inside in the second quarter after Kronk hits some buckets in the first. So Shenandoah is pretty balanced with Gavin Griggs with 8 and Kronk with 7, and Edwards leads Knightstown with 11, and then followed up by Peggs with 7. So, 31-28 halftime. We'll be back right after this.
The inherent right to work is one of the elemental privileges of a free people. Endowed, as our nation is, with abundant physical resources, and inspired as it should be with the high purpose to make those resources and opportunities available for the enjoyment of all. We approach this problem of reemployment with the real hope of finding a better answer than we have now.
And we are back, Shenandoah High School, for tonight's game between the visiting Knightstown Panthers and the Shenandoah Raiders, who are currently undefeated on the season with, I think, 13-0 and ranked second in 2A, and they actually see themselves down 3 at the half. I don't know if they're worried about that record right now or not, or if there's a lot of basketball left to play.
Well, I think there's a lot of basketball left to play, but I think, in games like this when you got too close proximity as far as geographical goes, these rivalries, the records kind of go out the window. I know it's kind of cliche and everybody says it, but these teams go at each other pretty hard, and I think what you've seen so far is they've already played once, and Shenandoah was able to pull out a game 61-60. So both teams probably expected a tight game. They're both playing like that. I think Shenandoah's shown a little more balance. You know, they got, leading scorer is Gavin Griggs with 8, and then Dylan Cronk has 7, and Chase Kinsey has 5. You know, so they're a little more balanced, where Knightstown's led by Edwards with 11, and then Peggs has 7. So, you know, they got 18 of their 31 right there in those two players. So I think you see that Shenandoah's got a little more balance, and they're 13-0, they're number 2, and they're playing at home. I think they're confident that they can come back and make this game here in the second half, where Knightstown, though, but they played well. They've already played them tough. They're leading at halftime. I think they're confident they can win here, too. So it should be a great second half.
And folks, if you're turning in listening and you don't recognize these two new voices doing tonight's game, it's because the normal guys have the night off, and they brought in somebody from accounting and somebody from marketing to fill in, and we're happy to do so, and we're happy to work with such a great team. The 9-Star Films crew that's here today, John Painter and Bill McKenna, and all the guys that are on the cameras that are bringing you these great shots at tonight's game. We knew this was going to be a good game, and we wanted to make sure we were here to be able to bring it to you. So as we start the third quarter.
Knightstown starts out in that 2-3. We'll see if Shenandoah can penetrate it with either the pass or the dribble off the bat. And there they go, down along the baseline.
And Judy up, his shot off the mark. Rebounded by Heiner. Can't control it. Looks like it's a greased pig right now.
You got a kick there. I think Cronk. I don't know, they called a foul.
Foul's on Peggs. His second team first of the second half. As the ball goes back over to Shenandoah, and Kinsey brings the ball over the half-court line, looking to set up his offense. Gets the ball over to Cronk, back to Kinsey. Griggs inside, but there's a foul. Looks like it's going to be on Edwards, his team second of the half. Ball's going to be triggered in by Cronk.
I think for Knightstown, you got Peggs and Edwards, your two leading scorers, come out and both pick up fouls within 30 seconds at the start of the second half.
Got Judy with the ball, gets back out top of the key. Turned over back to Knightstown, going the other way. Peggs finds Edwards, dribbles baseline, finds Wyatt for a nice layup.
Once again, you penetrate on that baseline, it opens up the middle, as the middle of that zone has to close Edwards off.
And the Panthers up by 5 early here in the third quarter. Ball back to the top, Judy. Judy kicks it back over to Kinsey. Kinsey brings it back up top, kind of comes back, looks to set things up. Cronk with the ball back to Kinsey. Dribbles in, kicks. Back to Judy. Over to Cronk inside. Looks like I thought we were going to have a foul on Wyatt, but they called it a jump ball.
I think everybody thought that was going to be a foul there. As the ball goes inside, and you got two people going for the ball. Wyatt does have he's got a lot of orange there, so maybe it was a good call.
Starks into the game for the Raiders. I believe that's his first time into the game.
Look for Shenandoah to try to put a little pressure on the ball here.
Edwards to Heiner. Heiner dribbling in. Looks like he's going to go up strong, throws up a shot. Somehow Peggs runs up with it, but a nice block by Dylan Cronk.
Nice block, but I like what Peggs does there. He goes up, he tries to score. You know, Peggs is a smaller guard, but he goes in, he's not afraid. You got to get your shot block, you get a shot block.
Edwards triggers the ball into Wyatt. And looks like we're going to have a quick foul on Griggs. That's going to be Griggs' second, team first of the half, with Myers checking into the game for the Raiders.
Back into the Raider lineup, number 23, Braden Myers.
Wyatt with the ball. Kicks it back out to Edwards. Looks for a little help with Wyatt. Doesn't use it. Goes the other side.
Later foul, number 12, Jordan Starks.
And Starks, who just got into the game, wants to make sure his name is in the record books with his first foul.
You know, they came out a little higher and tried to put a little pressure on Edwards that time, and he was able to get around Starks and create the foul.
Quick turnover here by Panthers, gives the ball back to Shenandoah with 5.5 to play, with Knightstown up 5 on the undefeated Shenandoah Raiders. Griggs with the ball, looking to set something up. Back over to Myers.
Back to a little bit of confusion here on.
It looks like Heiner is going to pick up what appears to be his second foul, team third of the half. Kronk with the ball to Kinsey, brings it back out top of the key. Back over to Myers. Gets the ball inside to Griggs, muscles his way up. Misses the shot, but we got a tie up on the possession. And it looks like it's going to stay here with the Raiders.
Good hustle by both teams. It's crashing the glass. As you see, there's a little bit of contact inside. Goes up, ball comes off. And both of them just go after and get the ball pretty much right simultaneously.
Ball triggered in. Myers with the shot, rattles in and out. Rebound, but we got a foul here. It's going to be on Wyatt.
Starks has done a good job coming in and crashing the glass. Like you said, he checked in a few minutes ago. First time, didn't see any action in the first half, but he's caused the jump ball a minute ago, got an offensive rebound there, was able to cause a foul, done a good job.
Wyatt picked up his first foul, team fourth of the half. And we got Gavin Griggs with 2 points. Edwards hurries the ball down. Baseline, kicks out to Peggs. Missed shot, outlet quickly to Kinsey. And I believe there's going to be a foul.
They call this on the floor. I'm not so sure. I agree. I would like to see McKenzie just go ahead and went in with the full blast and hit the layup there. They cut this lead to 2.
Foul's on Widener. Correction, Rubel, that's his second, team fifth of the half. Raiders work the ball around, quickly inside. And Starks making things happen. Got tied up.
He made a nice cut from the backside of that zone and flashed in the middle, right where you want to be, right below the free throw line. Was able to catch the ball and go right to the basket and draw the foul.
Drew the foul on Wyatt, his second. Team sixth of the half. Starks at the line for 1. And he'll get another one as he cuts it to a 2-point game right now. Just a little bit more than 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Eyes flies, and the second one's good. We've got a 1-point game here in Shenandoah. Edwards bringing the ball up slowly into the front court. Over to Peggs. Peggs with a quick pass in. Looks like this might be on Starks. It's going to be on Starks, his second, team third of the half.
Since Starks came into the game, Shenandoah's went man-to-man. Starks has had Edwards, and he's done a fairly good job. I think he's trying to get up into him a little bit and force him to do other things.
Looks like he's got good length.
He does have good length, and he also plays, seems to be like he's not afraid of contact. I mean, he is playing somewhat physical. I mean, a lot of people think basketball is a non-contact sport, but there is physicality in basketball with the bumps and stuff like that. You have to be strong to be able to play through that.
Ball's going to stay with the Panthers as Rubel triggers it inside. Quickly to Edwards, who throws up a shot and is fouled.
Edwards gets the ball after the switch. We just talked about the man-to-man. Starks and Kronk switch, and Edwards makes a flash to the ball, is able to get it there and get two shots.
It's Gavin Griggs' third foul. He's going to be quickly replaced by Coach McCullough by number 40 Stiers. And Knightstown's going to counter with Bearhope, seeing his first action in the game. Number 35. Got a 2-point game here. Edwards with one more shot. Eyes flies off the mark.
You know, something that has kind of changed here in the second half, I don't really think the officials are calling it any differently. I think the intensity's kind of picked up. But all of a sudden, Knightstown's got 17 fouls. Shenandoah's got 14 fouls. I mean, I don't think that we had about 7 total fouls called in the whole first half, as neither team got to the bonus. And now Shenandoah's going to be in a 1-on-1 with 3 minutes to go, 3:30 to go here in the third quarter.
And he hits the first one. That was Widener's second foul. And as you said, team 7th, so they're going to be shooting at least 1-and-1 here for a while. The second free throw's on its way and rattles in. And we're tie ball game at 34.
I think the last 3 minutes of this quarter are very important to see who gets momentum going into that final quarter.
Boy, we got another whistle here. Seems like whistles are coming fast and furious. That's Starks' third for Shenandoah. And he's going to come out of the game. We're going to be Mason Griggs, number 22, into the contest. And kind of what you alluded to earlier, as Knightstown calls a timeout, what kind of defense the Raiders might come back to with Starks out of the game?
Well, I think, you know, Shenandoah's kind of went to man-to-man, and Starks has done a good job on Edwards. And now that Starks has 3 fouls, it'll be interesting to see if they go back to the zone or they stick to the man-to-man. Since they went man, they've done a better job of keeping Edwards off the baseline, where he was really hurting the zone with penetrating that baseline and then kicking to the middle. But on the hindsight of that, the man-to-man has got him in a little bit of foul trouble. You got Gavin Griggs on the bench with 3. He's your leading scorer. You got Starks now with 3. You know, and it seems like the way the game's being called, you know, here in the second half, both ways, you know.
I hate to interrupt, but we got a celebrity in the stands here. We've got John Painter's son. Glad he could make it and be a part of tonight's game. He's been known to help out on the broadcast. Actually did a Shenandoah baseball game with him, I believe, last spring. Always good to see him. Ryan's got so many kids, I don't know if he has to take out a mortgage to pay for the admission to get in here or not, but it's probably still cheaper than a babysitter.
Got a turnover there by Knightstown as they were able to attack. And speaking of defense, Shenandoah did come out in a 2-3 there.
Kinsey bringing the ball up court, still tied 34 all, under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Like you said, I think both teams are kind of searching for their identity, how they're going to finish this quarter out.
Nice rebound.
Foul is on Peggs, his third, and once again, Shenandoah is going to go to the line for a 1-and-1 because it's the 8th foul. Stiers at the line. First one's good.
I think that might be Shenandoah's first lead since early in the first quarter.
I think you're right. Second one's off the mark, but Shenandoah with a quick rebound. Kinsey with the ball, brings it back up top to Myers, back to Kinsey. Taking their time, looking for something to develop. Stiers, Kinsey, back to Myers. And a 3-ball from the corner. Dylan Cronk gives the Raiders a 4-point lead.
That ball goes into the middle. It seems like every time they get in the middle, they get a good shot.
Edwards dribbling in, driving, puts up a shot, draws the foul. That foul is on Griggs, his third.
And that'll put Knightstown in the bonus from here on out. So both teams will be in a 1-on-1 with just under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. So expect a lot of free throws the rest of the way.
First free throw by Edwards is off the mark as Widener returns for the Panthers, and Rudy comes in for Shenandoah. Edwards hits the second. 3-point lead with just under 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter.
Looks like Knightstown's going to match up right here and go a little bit of man and see how Shenandoah handles it.
Kinsey going baseline. Cut off, kicks it back out. Myers to Judy. Myers with the three. And suddenly we're up to a 6-point lead for the Raiders.
Yeah, I think Knightstown's really got to be careful here. It's 6 now, and so you're kind of getting in a danger zone.
And that's kind of what you alluded to about a minute and a half ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think how this quarter finish could be very important for both teams.
Edwards dribbles in, free throw line, throws up the shot. We're going to call a foul on Cronk. It's going to be his first. Team 7th, and we're going to send Edwards to the line for 1-on-1. Actually,
seems
2.
Like Edwards has lived at the line here in the third quarter.
First one is good.
I think if Knightstown's going to have a chance to come back from this 5-point deficit, Edwards is going to have to continue to go to the basket, and he's going to have to make his free throw. And they're going to need somebody else to step up because the more he goes, the more they're going to collapse.
Kinsey with the ball. Over to Myers. Myers back to Kinsey. Kinsey spins, finds Stiers. Kinsey with the ball. Looks like unless anything develops, they're going to be content with taking the last shot here.
Yeah, you got a 4-point lead here in the end of the third quarter. You get a bucket here, you can push it up to 6 or 7. I think it's a big stop for Knightstown. They keep it at 4. You got a chance here in the fourth quarter. I'm not sure if I was Knightstown, but I wouldn't just stay back. Be content. Let them take the last shot and see what happens.
20 seconds left in the quarter. As Myers has the ball. Kinsey back to Myers.
I think you want to go here. About
8
right
seconds
now.
left. Myers with the ball. Looks like he's going to be the guy. Takes a long three and nails it! Myers with the 3-ball to extend the lead to 7. And just like you said, just like that, it breaks the back of Knightstown. You can see their body language.
I think Myers just waited and waited and waited. And I actually thought he waited too long. I thought he should have went a couple of seconds earlier. But he just backs up, shoots it before Knightstown comes out to guard him. I don't think they thought he was going to shoot it from quite that deep.
Yeah, I think it took everybody surprised that looked like he was going to be the guy, but not necessarily pulling up and taking a 25-footer.
Yeah, as they say.
Well, we're going to leave for just a second, come back for the fourth quarter.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
And we're back. Here's another look at the long 3-ball from Myers that gave Shenandoah the 7-point lead here as we start the fourth quarter with a quick foul.
A quick foul, like you said, quick foul here to start the fourth quarter. I think for Knightstown to have a chance to come back and cut into the 7-point deficit, they're going to have to shoot free throws well, obviously, but you got to find a way to get some stops. And Myers has heated up and hit 2 threes in the last 2 minutes of the third quarter.
But they got to hit those free throws when they get them, right?
Yeah, you have to take advantage of those situations.
The foul was on Rudy, his first.
Myers again.
Myers is warming up. That's his back-to-back 3 there, first in the fourth quarter. It's a 10-point lead now. Starting to feel it, and they're starting to find him.
Yeah, Myers comes in averaging 8. He's got 12 already. We got 7 minutes to go, and he's got 6 in the last 30 seconds.
Edwards with the ball, dribbles in, looks to draw contact, none, but gets the 2 points. Timeout by Knightstown.
I think, like you said, Edwards was looking to go to the basket once he had that matchup with Rudy out on the floor. He was looking to go to the basket. He didn't find contact, but he was able to lay it in. Now you got a timeout by Knightstown, so it'll be interesting to see what they do. As you look here at the replay of Myers, once again, just a quick ball swing, and he's able to hit the three-pointer. But if you notice what happened before the three-pointer is the ball hit the post. When the ball hits the post, it comes out, and the defense is in scramble mode, and you get a wide-open look.
Raiders up 8, 7 minutes to go. Here's another look at Myers.
I think you'll want to hear at the end of the third quarter where he just dribbled, and then just shot it from the logo, really, on the floor here right in front of us. So Knightstown comes out, 2-2-1. It'll be interesting to see if they try to trap, how they're going to try to speed this game up.
Myers with the ball, playing a little closer on him now.
Yeah, they're on. You got an 8-point game with just under 7 to go. Knightstown's going to have to come out and put some ball pressure on.
Edwards with the reach there. Probably not the kind of pressure we were looking for, but oh, he's making his case to the ref. You got to love that.
Yeah.
Edwards third, and once again it sends the Raiders to the line where Starks is going to have a free throw coming up.
You know, it might not really show on the stat sheet, but I think when Starks entered the game in the third quarter, it seemed like that's when this game took a turn.
Edwards with the ball, over to Peggs. And to Wyatt with a move, in and out. Rebound Shenandoah. Still sitting on that 8-point lead. Approaching 6 minutes left in the quarter. Kinsey with the ball, dumps it down to Myers. Shot up by Stairs, rebounded by Griggs, who's fouled.
Griggs did a great job of getting position on the inside there, went up on the missed shot, and just followed up and collected a foul.
Foul on Rubel of Knightstown, his third. It's going to send Griggs to the line. His first one is good. And misses the second. And Shenandoah with a 9-point lead. Edwards brings the ball over to Peggs, tosses to Heiner, brings it to the top of the key, dribbles in, kind of testing the defense, into Wyatt, who is fouled.
Wyatt made a nice flash through the ball, and they were able to get it to him on the inside, and he'll head back to the line.
Foul was on Kinsey, his first. Going to send Wyatt to the line.
And that's the 9th team foul on Shenandoah. So now both teams will be shooting 2 the rest of the way.
First one's good. Brings it back to an 8-point lead.
That's Wyatt's 7th point on the evenings.
Wyatt dribbles, eyes, flies, and the second one's good. Got a 7-point game here. And like you said, if they're going to get into this game, they're going to have to hit those free throws. A little pressure here causing some confusion for the Raiders. So much so that the coach decides to call a timeout, talk it over.
Yeah, so you got a quick timeout. You got 5:38, 7-point game. And Shenandoah, it'll be interesting to see. You have to stay aggressive, I believe. And you don't want to back off too much because Knightstown's going to try to put some more pressure on you. And if you don't attack the basket after that, you break that press, you're just going to have to deal with it in the half court again. So from that standpoint, I think Shenandoah needs to continue to attack, make shots. You got a 7-point lead. If you can get a hoop here, you can extend it a little bit until the last 2 or 3 minutes, and then you might see them take the air out of it.
Well, it's been a nice evening of basketball, and 9 Star Connect is proud to bring it to you tonight. Doubleheader kicking off earlier with the girls' game at Knightstown 1. And here we are with the boys' game. Different story here. The Raiders up 7, trying to close things out. Myers dribbles in. Kinsey dribbling baseline, looks for Griggs, who hits the shot to extend the lead back to 9.
Nice play, nice penetration, good find and finish.
Good patience. Got another foul coming up here.
I'm not sure who he got. Looks like he got number 40. Stiers?
Stiers with his third. It's going to send Wyatt. He's a pretty good free throw shooter back to the line.
Wyatt with 8 points on the evening.
Never fails. Talk about free throws, and
the jinx worked. So we'll try not to talk about good free throw shooters the rest of the game. Wyatt's second goes up, and that one misses.
Misses that, but a big rebound there by Rubel. That helps the cause for Knightstown as the pressure comes back on. Myers with the ball. Triggers it up by Griggs, brings it up. Starks over to Kinsey. Back to Myers for another 3. A little short on that one. And Knightstown with the ball quickly to try to cut this lead down to 5. Edwards draws the foul. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, Starks had good position that time. It's just right at the end. It's so tempting. You see it at every level. So right here he penetrates. He makes a move. You got a little contact there, but I think he's okay until right here, and he comes down with his hands. If he stays straight up, I think
they don't call that.
They don't call it. But once he came down, you see it at every level of basketball. If you stay straight up, they'll allow you to get by with a little bit of contact. But once those hands come down, you're going to get whistled for it 9 times out of 10.
That was Starks' 4th foul. He comes out. Edwards with another free throw here. Trying to cut this game to 6, and he does.
So really, we're only in a 2-possession ball game with 4 minutes. We got plenty of time for anything to happen here.
Knightstown would have been hitting their free throws a little earlier. This would be a real interesting game at this point.
Yeah,
but they trigger the turnover.
So here we go. We got a turnover, and now they got a chance to cut it to 1 possession or get closer at 4.
Edwards gets the screen from Wyatt, dribbles in, leaves it just a little bit short. More pressure on Pegs. Myers dribbling aggressively to the baseline, drawing the foul.
I think Myers made up his mind he was going to the basket once he got to baseline that time and was able to draw the contact.
Foul is on Rubel, his fourth. That's going to send Myers to the line, who's going to look at 2 free throws here to improve on his, I think, team high score right now, right?
Yeah, I think Myers has, that makes him 13. That ties him with Griggs for the team high at 13 apiece. You know, Knightstown's starting to find themselves in a little bit of foul trouble. You know, you got Rubel with 4, you got Edwards with 3, and Peggs with 3. And as with 4 minutes to go, you're down 7. You're going to have to extend this defense. So, you know, those fouls are starting to creep up on you a little bit. Now we get a look at the cheerleaders from Knightstown and Shenandoah as they provide a little timeout entertainment. With 4 minutes to go, this could come down to another barn burner.
That's what we're hoping for. Nobody is left, that's for sure.
No, you know, you're 13-0. You're number 2 in the state. You know, this you get a lot of following. I'm sure as the season goes on and they make that quest for 20-0 before the tournament starts, this crowds will get bigger and bigger every night. You know, with that, they've handled the pressure real well tonight. I mean, I think Knightstown came out and just kind of jumped on them a little bit early. Was able to get a lead, but Shenandoah hung on there, kept their composure, stuck to their game plan, and were able to come back.
They never seem rattled at any point. Myers here with his second shot. It's good, and I think he has team high honors at this point with 14. And the lead's back to 8.
See, Shenandoah dropped back in this 1-2-2, and they're trying to slow Knightstown down right now as they're trying to figure out how to attack it. I think they get
into Wyatt. Wyatt up strong, but Myers, a little disagreement with the crowd. They thought he got it clean. The ref says he fouled him. And that's Myers' first foul. Going to send Wyatt to the line.
Let's look at it here. So Wyatt gets the ball in the post. He goes up strong. And just like the time before, the hand comes down, and 9 times out of 10, you get a call. If you could read Coach McCall's lips, right before we went to replay, the shot was on him, and he kept saying straight up, straight up, straight up.
And Wyatt gets 1 of 2. 7-point lead as the ball's triggered in for Shenandoah. Griggs brings the ball up, hands back to Myers. Myers, throws it just a little hard. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will be Panther ball on the turnover. 7-point lead, 3 minutes left. It's Knightstown's hanging around.
Yeah, they're hanging around. I'm not saying this is a must-score situation, but we're getting to that point where they need to close this gap a little bit and give themselves a chance in the last minute.
Shot up, cleared by Shenandoah. Kinsey brings the ball up. Myers eyes another 3, and he hits it! Myers with 17 on the game now as Knightstown fires a quick 3, misses it, cleared by Kinsey.
Now I think you're going to start to see Shenandoah start to take a little bit of time on offense. And just as I say that, Griggs gets the ball at the free throw line and goes right to the basket.
Well, like you said, you get down that low, you almost have to take advantage, right? Fires on Wyatt of Knightstown, his third. It's going to send Griggs to the free throw line, already with a 10-point lead for the Raiders, who are looking to improve to 14-0 if they can hold off the Panthers here this evening. First one's missed. We're going to get Rudy back into the game, as well as Mason Griggs. Second ball's good.
I think it's Griggs 14 this evening.
It's a pretty good 1-2 punch.
Yes, it is.
Peggs with the ball, over to Edwards. Edwards dribbles, picks up his dribble, looks, gets the ball back. Oh. Peggs with an errant pass over and back. Violation's going to go give the ball back to the Raiders with an 11-point lead. Just over 2 minutes left. We've got a timeout on the floor. I think the highlight here tonight has been every time that Myers hits a three, one of the JV players in front of me does the Katniss Everdeen bow and arrow. But that's Hoosier hysteria right there, getting into it, enjoying it. I know we've had fun here tonight.
We have had a good time. You know, I haven't been to a high school game in probably a couple of years, and you kind of forget what it's like, you know, coming to some of these high school gymnasiums and everybody's into the game, and it really means a lot to the kids and the students that play in these games. And not only them, their classmates that come to support them. You got a good crowd from both high schools here of students that are here to support their classmates. And, you know, it's a good game. You got Shenandoah's on a roll. I mean, this will make 14. You got 6 more to go, I guess, in the regular season. I assume they still play 20. It's been a long time since I played. So, but, you know, I think the sport will continue, and it's an exciting time for these kids.
And it looks like they're playing for some hardware. They brought out the some sort of bucket. It's like a traveling trophy. Whoever wins it gets it. And right now it's sitting on Shenandoah's bench, and they're looking like they're going to keep possession of that and add another victory to that link that they've got with every score on the bucket.
Well, see, Knightstown's really trying to pick up pressure here. Shenandoah does a good job getting the ball in and then he'll bring it back out.
Kinsey with the ball again, just under 2 minutes to play. Shenandoah sitting on a comfortable 11-point lead, happy to take a little time off the clock. Dribbling in, kicking the ball back out.
You're going to have to trap and chase the ball, which is difficult when you guys made ball handlers that Shenandoah has. As they're doing a very good job of keeping the ball moving.
The student section starting the Raiders chant with a minute 30 left. Oh, and the keep away.
Keep away. Shenandoah, I mean, I know it's an empty possession and you get them a turnover and Coach McCullough's not happy.
Took 35 seconds off the clock.
35 seconds are gone and you're sitting on an 11-point lead with a minute 27 to go.
Definitely no harm, no foul there. Edwards quickly, spin move in the lane. Ball's up, but he draws another foul. That's on Mason Griggs, his 4th. It seems like Edwards, every time he goes in there, he draws the contact.
Edwards goes up here. It looked like to me he went pretty much straight up there. You know, there might have been a little body contact, but he got the call. And like you said, it seems like he's lived at the free throw line here in the second half.
Dylan Cronk back into the game, replacing Rudy. Edwards is going to get one more shot here. It's a 10-point game. The eyes flies, and it's good. We're down to a 9-point game, but the bad news is there's only a minute and a half left in the game. Certainly favors the Raiders. They're extending the court, but it looks like Knightstown wants to start fouling here.
Yeah, so now it's going to become down to if Shenandoah, if the Raiders can hit their free throws, it's going to be very, very hard for Knightstown to come back. You get a couple misses, you hit a three, you know, you can get right back in a hurry if they allow you to.
It's Pegg's 4th foul. He sends Kinsey to the line, who hits his first shot. And Rudy enters the game as well as Stiers. Myers comes out.
A little offensive, defensive substitutions there for Shenandoah.
Wyatt with the rebound on the second miss. We're looking at a 10-point lead, but Shenandoah with the ball. Steals it quickly, drives down the lane. Stiers with the 2-pointer moves it to a 12-point lead. Shot up, once again cleared by Shenandoah. And I think that's going to be it for Peggs. It's his 5th foul with 43 seconds left.
Well, Peggs really didn't have a choice there. I mean, they're down 12. You have to foul to give yourselves any chance. He happened to be the one closest to the man with the ball, so he has to give up the foul. Even if it means you're 5th and you disqualify yourself, you have to do what's the goodest for the team. And he made a hustle play.
Judy's going to be at the line here when we get the substitution for Peggs. Looks like they're bringing in Bear Hope. Judy with his free throw coming up. And the first one's good. And suddenly we're up to a 13-point lead.
Yeah, they're starting to stretch it out. Rudy's done a nice job today. You know, like I said, some people not always show up in the points. I mean, he's done a good job in the middle of their zone. He's rebounded well, and he's moved the ball. So he's had a nice flow game this season.
Second free throw is good as Widener comes back into the game, replacing Heiner. Ball sent in quickly to Edwards, who brings it up and stops, pops a 3. A little hard off the back iron. Fight for the ball, pops back out. Shenandoah, Kinsey gets a handle on it. Looks like Judy's kind of favoring one arm over there, but Knightstown's calling off the Dogs. It looks like with 18 seconds left, it's going to stay at about a 14-point victory here. And they're going to move to 14-0.
14-0 for Shenandoah. What a great start to a season. You know, and this game was a lot closer to the 14 points. I mean, I know they played to a 1-point game earlier in the year. This game was, what, 4 points with start of the 4th quarter. I mean, Knightstown was right there, right in the game the whole way, and Shenandoah was able to pull out. Kind of like we talked about earlier, balanced scoring, and I think they just were a little deeper in Knightstown. I think Knightstown got a little tired at the end, and Shenandoah was able to pull it out.
And Shenandoah AD here is pulling out the hardware. Once the teams get through the line, congratulating each other, the team's going to assemble.
Yeah.
If they can get their attention anyway, I think they forgot they were playing for something.
Yeah, I think he's trying to get it to them, but they're going to go over in front of the student section and celebrate with their classmates, as you can see. What a great game tonight. And there you see, if we get a shot of that, I think you got, like you said, the hardware, and it's great seeing they celebrate that with not only their teammates, everybody in the school.
Yeah, it's pretty special, like you said, for a small community like this. They come out and support their team, and everybody's along for this ride, being 14-0. And who knows, like you said, the next month of the season could be really special. They could do something that hasn't been done around here for a while. I know they went to the state finals in 1981. That's back when it was single class. But this could be another magical year for Shenandoah. They're headed in the right direction.
Yeah, I mean, you see the state final banners in here. I mean, you got 81, like you said, for the boys, and you got more recently 03 and 05 for the girls. So what a great game. And once again, the final is Shenandoah 61, Knightstown 47. I'm Ryan Fox.
And I'm David Spencer, and it's been a pleasure for 9-Star Connect to bring you this evening's game, and we hope you'll tune in and see what all 9-Star has to offer.